Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Teng'a here. Today, I'm actually going to be asking you some questions that are going to hit hard. These are thoughts that I have come to realize are true to anybody who stands for any kind of religion. Things that we all believe in, unless we happen to be staunch militant atheists. And here's some questions that I know that I'm going to be asking you to answer me, true or false too. And actually, these are statements rather, not questions. My bad. Still, be honest with yourselves. You may take a notepad, just write T or F. So here we go. I call these my transcendent article of faith based upon that all religions seem to hold true, which is something I believe if we all agreed upon what we all believe upon, if we all agree about what we believe, aside from the number or image of our God or gods. Let's start with this one. Every religion I've studied states this empirically as its number one article of faith. This, this, my flesh, is not all that we are. And I do mean not just my flesh, but your flesh and the flesh of anybody else you know is not all that we are. Second one I have come to realize when it comes to the faith as we know it. Something greater than us exists. Yes, it's difficult to go through and explain that someone who's a staunch atheist. Same token, it's something everyone believes. Whether there's one God, a Trinity, whether there be 1,000 gods, or goddesses, it doesn't matter. We all believe that there is something greater than us. And this third one is kind of sorry about that, a little backtrack, but yet is necessary to say. Accepting the aforementioned facts, we grasp our great insignificance. Now, what I mean by great insignificance is that there is that as small as we are, we as small as we are still capable of creating an avalanche or a tornado or creating our own version of a butterfly effect. I'm talking natural butterfly effect, not temporal. All right. Now, the fourth thing that I hold true, and I know I'm going to have to go back to my other glasses for this because it's getting a little difficult to read. Sorry. Faith starts and ends at what we each hold greater than ourselves, which means the source of our belief, our faith, isn't just us. It's a gift from that which we believe, be it one God, three gods in one being, or be it 1,000 gods and goddesses. It doesn't matter. They are all, they are the actual source of our faith, and they are the end of our faith. It's just as simple as that. Now, I've stated this in my last video, and I'll state it again because it is entirely important to constantly mention this over and over again until someone says enough already. We reap what we sow exponentially. That means if we do one good deed or bad deed, we're not just going to be rewarded with one reward or cursed with one curse against us. Christianity and Judaism, and if I'm not mistaken, Islam believes in a threefold return. No, wait a minute, a sevenfold return for Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. For the pagan religion of Wicca, it's a threefold, and well, you're gonna have to do the research on how much Buddhism and Hinduism states the rewards or the curses are. Instead of saying rewards, I should say blessings. The sixth thing that we all tend to believe, whether or not we agree, is a true statement that is stated not just in this case, but also in a historical standpoint. All of this has happened before and will happen again. Historically speaking, in terms, if we don't watch out for a dictator, if we don't watch out for the preeminent omens that a dictator is coming down the pipelines, we will most certainly end up with a dictator in control of a country, perhaps even our own countries. And if we don't do anything to stop it, it keeps happening. And the only way to break the cycle of everything happening, the only way to break that cycle of the rise, reign, and fall of dictatorship is to read the present as though we are trying to read the history to stop it from happening again. Seventh thing, the seventh thing, my bad on that, is that all we see is temporary and will fade. There is something else awaiting our mortal end that will never fade, will never burn, corrode, will never, ever disintegrate at our hands. As it says, this links directly back to the fact that this links back to the fact that everything is temporary, that this is not all that we are. What we have now, we really can't take with us, unless you decide to drop it in your coffin, in which case, I'm not sure about it then. Now, I've stated this before in another video, and well, I feel like it definitely needs a whole lot more mentioning. But in general, I've discovered that our actions, however inconsequential in regards to ourselves and to the moment we're in, have untold effects that can never be fully grasped. Our actions can lead to other actions, to another actions, to results that we never see coming, that we don't think is our own doing. But if you decided to backtrack the effects to find out their causes, you find out that those causes are the effects of something you may have caused, may have been your causing. Sorry, getting a little tongue-tied here. The ninth and second to last thing I have discovered that we all hold true, that holds true to faith. Even if you are Even though we think this isn't true sometimes, each life is only a chance to experience and learn important truths only made clear to each and every one of us at our own passing. That's right. Limp Bizkit said it better. Life's a lesson, you learn it when you're through. Who'd ever thought Limp Bizkit was onto something? Definitely not the Limp Bizkit haters. The 10th thing that I have learned that is absolutely true. Now, I'm paraphrasing a Zen Buddhist mantra in writing this and stating it. I might even be directly quoting it, but then again, that's it. That's just the best way I can put it. And yes, I've been looking at a notepad to keep myself in check and to better keep my flow going and to avoid any lapses or tangents. The universe is vast and nigh. And yes, I am using the word nigh. Deal. Immeasurable. And we, in comparison, are small and essentially inconsequential in comparison. The only true choice we have in life, and this is the doozy, the only true choice we have in life is whether we go through life intending to be good or intending to be evil. Now, I will state this when it comes to this particular point above all else. What we choose to be, when we choose to be good or evil, doesn't always mean that we will do 100% good things. Yes, I know that there's always a chance, and I admit it, and I accept the fact that there's always a chance that despite a mountain, despite a mountain the size of Everest, amount of good intentions, when it comes down to it, we may make a mess of what we do. But in the grand scheme of things, our intentions will outweigh the results, at least as far as looking back at ourselves. Pardon me while I take a sip. Now, a lot of this is actually, these are like bits of faith that I have come to understand that we all believe. That despite everything else, despite everything else, despite the fact that we may have a different names or we may visualize what we hold as the divine in a myriad of different forms. Despite that, the 10 truths, the 10 articles of basic articles of faith are transcendently universal, not just to me and my family, but to me and everyone I know in my neighborhood, everyone I know in my town holds those truths, holds those to be true. Whether or not we like to agree with it, we tend to believe that because it believe in all those truths because it works. It is absolutely what we believe. Now, normally I'd be asking you to liking and subscribing this video, but this one I'm wanting you to think about. And if you happen to like and subscribe because this video, I greatly appreciate it. But what I would greatly appreciate, what I would appreciate beyond words you could even imagine, is if you can comment down below what your honest reaction is to me stating what I am stating now. Have a good day, and I'm out.